Hello, my name is Toxic31 and I wanted to share my thoughts about one of the most underrated support weapons in Helldivers 2, the STA X3 W.A.S.P launcher, or short, the W.A.S.P. The W.A.S.P is an anti-tank multiple micro-missile launcher with homing capability and 2 variable firing modes. It has a stationary reload and is part of the Helldivers and Killzone crossover. The weapon's default firing mode, Burst Mode, will fire up to 7 missiles at the target. Quickly tapping the trigger will fire 1 missile, while holding down the trigger will continuously fire missiles until the weapon's magazine is depleted. The weapon's artillery mode consumes the entire magazine, simultaneously firing the entire magazine as single projectiles that flies upward and then strikes the target from above, similar to the orbital airburst strike. The more missiles there are in the magazine, the more powerful the strike. The artillery mode is best used against small groups of medium-sized or small enemies, because the artillery mode does not really do damage to heavy armored enemies. The explosion radius and the inflicted damage are quite small, so while the artillery explosion will kill most of the smallest enemies in the affected area, bigger enemies will take little to no damage from this attack. It is also very important to keep a safe distance between yourself and your target, as the artillery doesn't care who is in the blast zone. The burst fire mode is excellent in dealing with medium-sized targets, easily liberating them within a shot or 2. But as the W.A.S.P can't lock on to the smallest enemies of each faction, the weapon is not ideal for crowd control. But it absolutely excels in taking out medium armored targets from long ranges. But just like in the artillery mode, it is always best to keep a safe distance between yourself and your target. Because of its very fast and easy to control lock-on feature, the W.A.S.P can take out a variety of side objectives. Spore spewers can be taken out within a single magazine in the burst mode. The W.A.S.P has incredible range, up to 300 meters, and can take out each tree of a Shrieker nest within a single magazine. This exceeds the range of the Shriekers, so you can take them out before they even know you were there. The small but very deadly laser sentries at automaton bases can quickly be destroyed. It only takes 2 shots from the W.A.S.P and those sentries are no more. Those annoying little things have cost me more Helldivers than I can remember, as they are so accurate and so hard to spot. But the W.A.S.P can take out these sentries from a safe distance. Laser cannons can also be destroyed by the W.A.S.P. Depending on the direction of your shots and if you hit their weak spots or not, it takes around 1 or 2 magazines. This can of course also be done from a safe distance. And even other enemy defenses, such as anti-air or mortar emplacements, can quickly be destroyed with the W.A.S.P launcher. The W.A.S.P can also take out enemy spawners, locking onto bug nests from far away, but it is important to have the right angle to actually destroy the nest with a single shot. Bot fabricators can also be destroyed, but because it is not possible to aim directly into the vent, it takes a lot of shots and a lot of your ammunition. So, as I mentioned, The weapon is best used against medium-sized and medium-armored enemies, but the W.A.S.P is classified as an anti-tank weapon for a reason. Chargers can quickly be dealt with. Hulks can easily be destroyed, even from the front, but if you manage to sneak behind them and hit their weak spots on their backs, they go down even faster. Even the annoying impalers are no problem for the W.A.S.P. Simply wait until it sticks its ugly head into the ground and let the burst do all the work. One magazine and the impaler is no more. Tanks can also be taken out with the W.A.S.P, but because their weak spots are much smaller, it is much more inconsistent. A much easier target are the gunships. It only takes 2 rockets and the sky is liberated. And even the biggest threats to managed democracy can be dealt with using the W.A.S.P. But because the rockets don't hit in the same spot, it can be very inconsistent. For example, taking out the Bile Titan in 2 or in up to 4 magazines. Factory Striders can be taken out from long ranges. It takes around 1 magazine to take out its big, long-range cannon on its back, and around 3 to 4 additional magazines to the head of the Factory Strider to finish the job. Not ideal, but for a weapon that's main purpose are medium-sized enemies, it's not too bad. But where this weapon truly shines, in my opinion, is against the Illuminate. This is the only faction where I like to use the artillery mode, as many of the small enemies are often closely grouped around bigger enemies, giving me a chance to thin out the herd from distance before engaging with other threats. Then I quickly swap back to the burst mode. With the burst mode, I can not only deal with bigger enemies, but I can one-shot most of the enemies of these factions. Watchers can quickly be disposed of with a single shot before they ever get a chance to call in reinforcements.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
Overseers, elevated overseers, and even the new crescent overseers can be eliminated with the W.A.S.P with a single shot. It is important to keep an eye on their movements though, because as deadly as the W.A.S.P can be, it can just be as inconsistent, especially with flying, fast-moving targets. So it is important to wait until the enemies stop moving, otherwise you will waste a lot of your ammo. The Illuminate ships, the spawners of this faction, can also be destroyed with the W.A.S.P. But just like it was with the automaton fabricators, it takes a long time and a lot of shots to destroy these. Because you always have to lock on to the ship to shoot, and you can't shoot inside the open door. This will take almost all of your ammunition. A much easier target are the new Stingrays. These fast-flying devils can easily be taken out just a few shots. And the automatic lock-on comes in very handy, making sure your rockets will find its intended target. Even the new Flash Mob, one of the tankiest enemies in the entire game, is no match for the W.A.S.P. They can quickly be liberated with a single magazine before they ever get a chance to get too close. Harvesters also don't stand a chance against the W.A.S.P. Because of its fast rate of fire, These big tripods go down in no time, usually in just 2 to 2.5 magazines. So, what makes the W.A.S.P launcher such an underrated and slept-on weapon? I think a lot of its weaknesses scare people away, and most Helldivers don't really understand the weapon. And yes, the W.A.S.P does have weaknesses. It can be very inconsistent in taking out bigger enemies, but the weapon also has incredible strengths that make it one of the best support weapons against the Illuminate. Taking out Watchers and Overseers with a single shot without really needing to aim, taking out stingrays and flash mobs within a single magazine, the W.A.S.P can quickly and efficiently take care of some of the most annoying enemies of this faction. Your squad and the people of Super Earth will be eternally grateful for your service. I hope you enjoyed the video, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.